What's going on, people? So, March was all Air Maxes, April was all dead stock shoes, and for May, I figured I'd do the same thing I did last May, which is just kind of pick a theme, a topic, a trend, or whatever for the week and just kind of ride that out. So, let's go on and see what we worked with last week. That would be this right here, the Night Jogger, the SL20. Those things are really nice, by the way. The Futurecraft 4D, the EQT 9118, and then finishing things off with the Ultra Boost Uncaged DNA 5.0, right? Now, the thing that these all have in common, in case you haven't guessed, they're all things that I really like a great deal, but only have one pair of. In the case of the Night Jogger, just never really found another color that I liked, right? In the case of something like this, I was just a little bit late to the party. And then something like this, I like a fair amount, but Adidas just kind of turned their back on it, and I don't like that. So last week, right, it was shoes where I like them, but I don't have the one pair, which is still weird because usually if I like something, I end up with at least a couple, right? It's also weird that, according to the comments, people only notice like the least interesting pair of that video, but whatever. This week we went on with shoes where the materials are a little bit different than you would normally find, right? So this right here, the Ultra Boost Mid, kick things off with those. Moved right along over to these. This is a pair of corduroy Vans with some nice wool sock liner thing going on. Very, very nice overall. This, on the opposite end, very terrible. This is the Mono Mist 350. You've heard me talk about those mostly badly in the past. Moved on to these right here. This was actually my first Air Max one. A little bit different than, but that's the whole thing of the video, I suppose. And then moving on to these right here. This is the Ultra Boost Uncaged. You wouldn't think that to look at it though, now would you? It even has a tongue on it. Isn't that different? And then finishing things off with this right here, an Element 55. So kind of different going on there, huh? It's mostly unrelated, but I did happen to go to this tour twice, whatever year that was. It was a really good time. Anyways, this week decided to go with some things that had kind of an animalness sort of vibe to them or whatever. Kind of the way people used to describe the Hitman when you go after body parts and all that. Anyways, started things off with a pair of Gel-Lyte 3s. It has this little crocodile thing going on for whatever reason. Or maybe it's alligator, I don't know. Came out alright though. Anyways, moved along. Tony the Tiger React Prestos. So these were fairly popular and then that just kind of stopped all of a sudden. Moving right along, same thing goes with these right here. The Game of Thrones Dragon something or other Ultra Boost, right? Back in 2019, these were a hot commodity, no pun intended. Then on Thursday, she'd been to the back of the vault for these elephant print Jordans. So those were popular at some point, maybe still are. Kind of a 2-for-1 special here with the whole Hornet thing and the Safari thing. So there's that for you on these Prestos. And then wrapping things up, a shoe I completely forgot even fit the category, the Zebra 350s. I like green, right? So I kicked off the week, graduation day for my sister, with this right here, the CP312s, right? Moved along to these here winterized 97 utility, whatever you want to call them, right? So there's that for you. It was supposed to rain that day, so I had to be ready for it. Then there's a pair of Prestos, the Nigel ones, maybe you remember those. These right here, they have yellow in the title, but they do kind of look green, so, it's a split between that, right? Either way, moving along, this right here, can't forget about these, the 4D forwards, though most people forgot about them because Adidas seems to have forgot about them. I also forgot about these, the Aniki Runners, pulled these out of the vault, right? One of Adidas' best things they've made, personal opinion of course. Moved along to this right here, a woven Presto. I actually forgot that I had these until I was looking for something else. And then there was a pair of these Gel-Lyte 3s that came along, thanks to Mr. Rock What You Like for making me think about that. And close things off with this right here, which I think is Adidas' best thing, period, the Ultra Boost Uncaged. So this right here is my 5th and final venture into my little week of themes, or I guess month of themes is a little bit more accurate. And yeah, the week isn't over because it's only like Saturday, like what, 3-ish, 3:30, something like that. But I told myself yesterday that I wasn't going anywhere today, so here we are. Anyways, moving on into this. These here are going to be shoes that were made for something. These Prestos right here were made for some kind of Korean baseball team or whatever. I don't remember all the details because baseball sucks and I probably just didn't pay attention to it, but it happened. This also happened. This is a pair of foam posits made for some all-star game, maybe this year, maybe last year. I don't really remember when that happened, honestly. And then these right here, moving along to these Ultra Boosts, right? They were made for Woodstock. Some of you might remember that. I was not there, but I heard it was a good time. Moving along, these React Prestos I do remember because they were made for me, and there you go. From me to you, have a nice rest of your day or rest of your night, whatever it is, wherever you are.